This is going to be a quick no-nonsense guide on how you can unlock and craft a free Gorgofex inside of the brand new Black Ops 6 Zombies map Reckoning. It is required to actually complete the main Easter egg, so let's quickly go through the steps on how you can get this. First and foremost, you need to go and unlock Pack-a-Punch, which also turns on the power at the same time. Thankfully, right as you spawn into the map, the game is going to tell you how to get to the Pack-a-Punch and how to also turn on the power, so this makes this step very easy. Once power is turned on and the Pack-a-Punch is available, I want you to make your way back to T1 Mutant Research Lab Room, which of course is going to be in the first tower. First, I need you to make your way over to Deadshot Daiquiri, and you should see a screen that is flashing that should have a random word that shows up on the screen. Write that word down, and then we're going to move on to another screen that is not too far, which is going to be inside of the room just behind the disciple that is stuck in a jar. You want to take a look at this particular screen to find that second word. Next, take the first letter of each of the words that you got. If you only have one word, then you only have one letter. Next, you need to go find the periodic table inside of the map, which is inside the second room where you got your second letter. To make this a little bit easier to follow along inside of this video, here is another periodic table for a reference. Now, in my game, my two words were traitor and bellicose, so I need to find TB or BT. I see TB in the bottom part of the periodic table. Now I need to look at the element number of TB, which is going to be 65. Now again, if you only get one monitor that works, that means you only have to worry about one word, and that means you also only have to worry about one letter to find on the periodic table. So now that you have your number, you actually want to make your way up to the second floor here, which is going to be available to either side of the location where the periodic table is found. Interact with the keypad or the door itself. Now for me, my number was 65, so if you only have two digits or one digit, you need to put zeros in front of it. So for my example, my number was 65, so I need to put a 0 in front of 65 to open up the door. If you have 1 as your number, put two zeros in front of it. Once you do this correctly, this is going to open up the Bioweapons lab, and in the corner, you're actually going to see a glowing item inside of one of the test areas. Now, the next step that you have to do is going to be right in front of this glowing object, which is actually going to be a cyst. You have to wait for 3 vermin to spawn at any point in any way, and then shoot them in front of this item to have them sucked into the cyst itself. You are going to need to repeat this process with 3 vermin and then 3 full health zombies. If you do not have full health zombies and you kill them in front of the cyst, it will not suck the zombie into the cyst, and you're going to have to find a full health zombie to continue with this step. Now, it may take you a couple rounds to actually have vermin spawn, so take this time to start working on the main Easter egg if you want to start doing the main Easter egg, or if you're just doing this so you can get the Gorgofex itself, that's just entirely different, and you can get yourself set up for playing further into the game. Now that you have the cyst fully powered up, you want to interact with it and you'll be able to pick it up. Next, we need to go down a floor into the quantum computing core and the quantum computing labs area. To make this easy, all you have to do is jump down 1 floor and you're automatically going to be inside of the area that you need to get to with the cyst. Now, once you're inside of here, you're going to look for 3 individual plants that are glowing, and you're going to actually automatically start interacting with these plants, and the cyst is going to start absorbing the health of those plants. All you really have to do is walk around the entire area to find these 3 plants. I do believe they change every game, so take your time with this on this level. Obviously, you're going to be attacked by all the different zombies. There's also going to be spores being shot out from those plants in the process of taking their health. You can step away from the plant, but the bar will refill a little bit until it is all the way down to the bottom, and of course you have to do this 3 separate times. Once you have completed the 3rd plant, you will get a confirmation from Panos because he will start talking to you again, and we can move on to the next step, which is going to be inside of T2 Dark Entity Containment. What you're going to do here is actually look for 4 individual monitors that are going to have this initiate power surge message on it. All you want to do is interact with all 4 of these individual monitors in a very quick time frame, and they're all different every single game, so you are going to have to do a quick circle around this entire room to find all 4 monitors. But if you do it quickly enough, you'll get a confirmation noise, and you'll also have an Klaus spawn. Once Klaus spawns, I want you to focus solely on the glowing shoulder pads that he has. You want to make sure you destroy both of those shoulder pads and then guide him onto the glowing pad in front of the Forsaken. Once you do this correctly, you'll get a flashbang and you'll see the Forsaken start going into the Mega Klaus. This is going to turn him into a high value target, and it's going to be labeled the Forsaken. At this point, all you have to do is melt him down and defeat him. He can be a bit tanky if you are not prepared, so I highly recommend you come in with at least a purple level gun with a single Pack-a-Punch, or as you see in my game, a blue double Pack-a-Punch gun, but whatever works for you, just kill him. Now, once you have defeated the Forsaken, you will get another flashbang, and you're going to see a glowing orb of where he was. Next, you want to go and interact with that orb. The cyst that you've been carrying around that you powered up is going to fuse together, and as soon as the orb is done fusing, you will be able to pick up the Gorgofex. This wonder weapon is going to have a single shot and also a charged shot that then levitates enemies that are inside of the small area of effect. It's a fun weapon to use. It's not the most powerful wonder weapon we've gotten, but it is, again, a very fun weapon to use nonetheless. As I stated earlier in this video, you do need the Gorgofex to do the main Easter egg on this Reckoning map, so this is going to be very helpful if that's what you're going for. You will need to go do one of two upgrades to this weapon to continue with the main Easter egg, but that's an entirely different video. So I hope you guys found this walkthrough guide helpful for the Gorgofex wonder weapon. If you did, make sure to hit the like, subscribe buttons for me down below so I know that you did find this walkthrough guide helpful, and I'll catch you in the next video.